everyone, welcome to the kitchen. I'm so excited to share this recipe with you. It's one of my all-time favourites. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the cookies and cream baked cheesecake. It is epic. So the first thing that we need to do is get our lovely Oreo crust into our tin, which we'll then put in the fridge before we do our filling. I have got my Oreo biscuits, which I've just blitzed in a food processor to resembles fine crumbs. I've also got my melted butter ready. It's a bit of a faff, but I want to prepare my tin. I'm just going to go round the edge of the tin. And I've also got a couple of circles that I'm going to line my base with, and I like to kind of just put them up the sides of it because it helps me to lift the cake out once it's set. Generously grease my tin first. I'm going to butter the sides like that. So I've got my straight edge there, so I'm just putting that down onto the side of the tin into the ridge, because you kind of get on a Springform tin that's got a bit of a joint. I'm going to close the tin, so it will kind of like shift the paper a bit as you do it. So I just like to move, just adjust it if you get a big wrinkle. There we go. First one's going in. And I'll let it just go just up the side of the tin. And same on the other side. So you see it's kind of just going up the side like that. If you didn't have circle ones cut, you could literally just do a strip of baking paper if you wanted. I'm going to just put my crushed biscuit into a bigger bowl, and the melted butter I'm just going to pour all over the crumb. Just kind of get it all coated. I like to kind of push it up the sides of the tin so it kind of coats all along the back and the bottom. It just looks really cool when you slice it, and you get more Oreos as well, which is the main thing. So what I'm doing is just kind of like pushing it towards the edge of the tin to start with. You don't want it super thick, because it's got quite a lot of butter in it. It is quite easy to form it like this. So I like it to come up a couple of inches high, because that's about how deep the cheesecake will be. It takes a lot of pressure, you know, you've got to kind of get a thin layer of that biscuit crust all over there. So it's going to take a bit of time to get it completely lined, but I do get a bit obsessed and like to have it all sort of, see, it's kind of like wavy edges, but that's all covering the bottom and the sides. I need to chill this now, so you can whack it into your freezer for 20 minutes or into the fridge for like half an hour, 40 minutes, just so that sets nice and firm. So my Oreo crust is nice and cold and set firmly. Now we're going to make up the filling. So the first thing to say, boil a full kettle. I've just boiled mine. Boil a kettle because we're going to do a water bath, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. Also, you're going to need to put your tin into something larger than itself, to be the water bath. So I'm using like a 12-inch square tin here that I'm going to sit my cheesecake in and pour the water around it. So in here I've got my cream cheese, which is room temperature, and now I'm going to add my sugar to this. So we just need to kind of beat it together until it's creamy and smooth. I've got vanilla bean paste. You can use a good quality extract. I'm also adding about half a teaspoon of salt to this. So that's nice and softened now. Medium eggs, so I'm just going to crack them in one at a time. And you just want to make sure they're completely incorporated before you add the next one. Egg number 2. Bit of shell there. That's why I always crack my eggs separately. These eggs are really lovely. These ones, they're Clarence Core eggs, and the yolks are really orangey, so my mixture's kind of looking almost like a peachy colour. Egg number 4 goes in. So again, I'm beating this quite slowly and gently. We don't want to be whipping air into this. Egg number 5. So the last ingredient to go in, I'm just going to flick my kettle down again. Stir the sour cream into the mixture just slowly until it's all incorporated. Lovely stuff. We're going to fill our case now. So I've got a double layer of foil here. I actually used this one yesterday when I baked one earlier, but I can reuse that. And I'm just lifting it up because what we're going to do we're going to immerse this in water. Most cheesecakes that you'll see will be done in a water bath. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up with boiling water to just about halfway up the tin. It's a really, really delicate mixture, so it's going to give a really nice steamy heat, a gentle steamy heat. It's only on low, it's only on 135, which is going to cook it nice and slowly and help to prevent any cracking out of the top of your cheesecake. Now let's get filling. So I'm using more Oreos inside the mixture. We're going to be suspended in. So I'm just going to put about a third of my mixture in. I've got a whole pack of these, and I'm just going to break them into kind of like chunky pieces really, and just push them into the filling. A bit more of this. Creamy mixture. I mean, this is a lovely big cheesecake. This will last in the fridge for up to about 5 days after you've made it. And then put the remainder of our filling over the top. And it doesn't matter if it kind of goes even over a bit, the crust's kind of wavy. So just like level it off. And now we're going to put our water in and get it into the oven. So literally just pour it in. That's about halfway up the side. Just really careful now because it's quite heavy. There we go, lovely stuff. Farewell, my little cheesecakey friend. Good luck and do not crack. That's what you have to say, they say, then it won't crack. Right, okay, so it's 135. I'm going to set my timer for an hour. And then I'm going to turn mine round, because my oven bakes a bit unevenly. That's actually going to take about an hour and a half to bake, okay? What you want to see is for it to be going slightly golden, and it's just still got a slight wobble. Don't try and test it with a knife, just trust in it. An hour and a half, maybe max an hour 40. Once it's baked, get something like an oven glove or a tea towel, okay? And just literally have it ever so slightly ajar like that with the oven turned off when you're finished, okay? And then let the cheesecake completely cool down in that oven. Some people even like to leave it overnight. So when it's room temperature, then you put it in the fridge and you need to let that be in there overnight really, at least for sort of 6 hours, and that will really improve the flavour. If you eat a cheesecake as soon as it's been freshly baked and it's just warm, it'll be pretty gross. You need to chill it, okay? Lucky me, I made one yesterday, so I'm going to have 2 of these. I think the neighbours are going to be lucky. Okay, here he is. This is the one I made yesterday, and I left it in the fridge overnight, so look at him in there. So it's kind of slightly shrunk away from the edges a bit, so I'm just going to unclip it now. There we go. That's why I like to use a bit of paper around the edge, just because sometimes they just get a bit stuck. So I'm just going to reveal the crust. Look at this lovely Oreo crust. I think Lydia might be hoovering her bedroom. That's a really good timing, isn't it? There we go. So I just lift it up and then just peel that paper away as I put it onto here. 1, 2. Obviously do that when it's nice and cold so it won't break. The most delicious, as I say, Simon's favourite recipe that I make. Cookies and cream cheesecake. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you'll make your own, and please share pictures if you do. I think it's only right that I have a slice of this and try it, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Lovely stuff. That is Cookies and cream, creamy goodness heaven. So delicious. Right, I'm going to finish this off. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you like the video, please subscribe, share. See you soon. Bye.